Time now for our rants and raves, starting with you, Adam.
I'd like to rant about this horrible facsimile of a journalist, Jesse Waters, who does sort of a sidekick shtick on Bill O'Reilly's Fox News show. He has done a bunch of offensive stuff. His game is basically going out into the world and being an ass to people, but he really took it to a new level in this segment where he went to Chinatown in New York and basically made fun of Chinese people. Let's take a look.
Trump has been beating up on China. How does that make you feel?
Speak! Why don't you speak?
Is it the year of the dragon? Do they call Chinese food in China just food? How do they dance in China? Can you play This Little Piggy Went to Market?
Wow.
Yeah.
It was worse, actually.
Well, what is that?
It wasn't. See, the problem with Jesse Waters is he's not funny.
Well,
he's
that
trying
is
to be
one
the Andy
problem,
Rooney of
certainly.
Fox News. He's not funny. He's not clever. He doesn't have any kind of a thread at all. It's just not funny. And it was poorly conceived.
I mean, I just think it's deeply offensive.
Yeah.
Like you go up to an old Chinese lady and you ask her something and she can't speak English and haha. I don't get it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Really, even by this guy's
Bill
terribly
O'Reilly was
low
trying to
standards.
mitigate it, saying, well, most of the people were pretty well informed. Actually, a lot of them were well informed. But then Jesse actually pushed back on him and said, you thought those people were well informed? So he wasn't even letting O'Reilly mitigate it.
Bad news.
All right, now you have the counterpart to this, so you're next.
I have a rave. My rave is for Ronny Chang, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, of The Daily Show, who responded to Jesse Waters' bit on Chinatown with a piece that was just hilarious,
It was.
full of expletives, but I understand that we have a clip that is not full of expletives.
Okay, first of all, let me get this straight. They say China in the debate, so you go to Chinatown in New York. So when they mention Mexico, do you send someone to Taco Bell? Chinatown is nothing like China. They got nothing to do with each other. That's like if they brought up women's rights, so I decided to go over to Fox News to get some opinions.
I wasn't familiar with this guy, but that was hilarious.
It was hilarious, and I loved it when he said, you know, who knew that Asians would be subject to a racist attack? I didn't even know we were on the agenda. Let me give a little credit to Shirley Leung of the Boston Globe, who put this up on Twitter and Facebook. That's how I found out about it.
Oh, really? It was kind of circulating around.
It was, but that's how
morning.
I found out.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
All right, Callie, top that.
I have a rant rave, I guess, because the rant is that the K-File, this is a group of I don't know if they're young or not, but it's a group of really assertive journalists who've been doing some great investigative work, formerly for BuzzFeed, the online site. They're the ones that came up with all the video and stuff proving that Donald Trump did, in fact, not say that he was against the war early on. So they big scoops like that. It's called the K-File because the guy who's put it together who leads it is Andrew Kaczynski, and they've packed up now and gone to CNN. And so I'm just sad because I don't know if they'll get the same kind of respect, I guess, at CNN. I just don't know. We'll see what happens with them there. Obviously, CNN wanted them because they've been kind of a scoop factory. They say they went because they have some more resources. What happens to them after this election? They say they'll be on major other campaigns. We'll see. I fear they'll just sort of disappear into the ether, and because that'll be CNN.
It's interesting that you think that they're the ones kind of lowering themselves.
Yes, I do.
Not CNN.
Yes, I do.
BuzzFeed's really good. And the backstory here has been that BuzzFeed and CNN have had this protracted, I don't think I can't say it on there. They've had this protracted contest of like a flex off with each one contending that they are the news network that is tuned into millennial viewers, or millennial readers. And I've really enjoyed it. I'm sort of pro BuzzFeed in this battle. So to see these guys who are really good at what they do decamp for CNN is sort of a bummer.
Yeah. All right, Tom.
I just have a rant about Howie Carr, although that's probably as useful as trying to teach ethics to
Jesse
Donald Trump.
Waters.
But this is Howie Carr was not just the moderator of a real debate, he was the staged moderator of a phony debate that Donald Trump held in New Hampshire this week, and it was all set up in a town hall format to get Donald Trump comfortable with what he will face Sunday night. The idea that the Boston Herald is not concerned that you've got a supposed journalist actually actively engaged. It's one thing to have your opinion engaged, but when you cross the line and participate on behalf of the candidate, too far. It's a line too far.
All right, and I have a rave tonight for a photographer for the French press agency, who took the most unbelievable pictures of rescue boats getting all these sub-Saharan African refugees. There were people that were dead in the hulls of these boats, then they were putting them on these. I mean, we couldn't even show you some of the pictures. They were so horrible. That was in Thursday's New York Times. It was just dramatic and really, really upsetting to look at those photographs. And this photographer actually climbed into these boats and saw the people who were trying to get, escaping these countries. Horrifying. All right. That is it for our show. Tell us what you think. Email us, tweet us, or leave a comment. We're always on at beatthepress.org.